special. This game could have fireworks written all over it, both in the Spodek, guaranteed, but somebody's skipping steps, and it all starts here on Mirage. Flash to the top mid. Nobody's home for FaZe Clan. Smoke out of Frozen, who's been posting strong numbers, slotting into the FaZe Clan and looking good. Jakey and MC on the observers tonight. Rops, headshot to kick it off. We get this little bit of Mirage presence spotted, but it's kills in mid that seemingly go all the way of FaZe. So far, so good. And Team Spirit have been spectacular in pistol round wins in general. So I think to give them a cold start here, to give FaZe a leg up, individual levels looking good, and they'll have to all series long.
Yes. Very clean start. Look at Brokey, so handsome right now with that shaved face.
Barely recognize him.
Yeah, that just reminds me of those handsome Squidward meme.
Yeah.
Handsome Brokey. That's what it feels like. Unironically handsome, for sure. So, FaZe the quick one here. Simple. I saw Eddie in the elevator of the hotel. He said, I hope Donk doesn't yell at us too much. He said he wouldn't want the guys to get tilted. So, I think, obviously, there's a lot of love there. And have fun with it, but, you know, we heard Alish talk good things about Donk. Then when he got killed, he was pissed. And they will be too. They're going to feel it at some point. Let's see how long it'll take, though. Kerrigan versus 5.
Ooh, here we go. There's the sprint. Frozen leaves a bit to be desired, but gets there at the end of the magazine. Kerrigan 2 kills easy. And just these Glocks trickling into the bomb site. Yeah, there it goes. The bomb, no plant here for them. Shiro's burst finds nothing. It's a safe round for Spirit where they don't get their plant, and FaZe can be happy keeping 4 alive. Little money made for Kerrigan. If he's bringing the floor up of FaZe, then Spirit could have their hands full.
Yeah, it's a very serious mood already here for Spirit as they wait to see how they're going to be playing today. I think they also recognize the opportunity at hand. I mean, there is also the curse of being able to see the finish line now that Spirit have made it this far. They've got the attention, they've taken some big names, but now they're going up against FaZe with the doubling, or with the chance of sort of not only beating FaZe, but getting so close to an entire trophy right now. Tier 1 victory for Team Spirit is what they're looking for. It's actually possible. So, rain here from Dennis. Cleared out insta by Dong. First one on the map.
Looking for his follow-up. Careful, Brokey. It's an invitation, and he knows it. Goes for the spam. Predicts that Donk's going to climb over top, clambering over boxes. Zontics through smoke with 1, but the trade's right there. Kerrigan making the most of that SMG to the man advantage. Still no bomb plant. That one got interrupted. It sits on site, but with Chopper looking for his kill, instead of prioritizing plant, it comes through. Brokey, ice cold.
1 health.
All he needs. 1 HP, 2 frags, and a clutch to the board 3 rounds in.
Yeah, right when they needed him to, he got in there. And they know last known position was in CT spawn, so yeah, they had to give some credence to the fact that he could have been lurking around there. They look in that direction, and boom. Third guy shows up in the same position. Brokey took out the Star and won the 1v2 clutch in the end. A Star in and of himself, so clean one. And that'll have to be respected. Back to pistols, Team Spirit.
Kerrigan from MP9 to AUG. Team Spirit looking at this B site again. Last time they did get some footing on site with just unarmored Glocks.
The scope in. It's like, I don't know if he just eats this flash. We'll see.
Keeps the spray under wraps. Zontics down for the count. There's the Cat player caught out by Frozen. No risk in the Cat support. Very nicely done from Kerrigan to get the double kill. It's all cleaned up easily. Fantastic start from FaZe.
Yeah, I guess that's actually a nice use of the AUG since they're going to turn the corner before the flash gets thrown. So it's a very good gun to feel good on a raw duel if they just swing out at you. We're definitely going to see more AUGs come in when people will get more comfortable, especially for those who are like having an off day opping, or just a lot of maps could use them. Like,
one of the weird things about the AUG in CS2 right now is that the crosshair when you're scoped in, the green dot on the scope, it gets so blurry. Like 3-4 bullets into the spray, it's the size of a nickel on your screen. And I wonder why that changes, whether that's intentional or, you know, I never saw it in the patch notes.
It's like Hypnotoad's eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like, bro, I'm trying to spray here. Can I maybe get a precision dot? So a little weird in that regard, but Kerrigan makes it look good.
It's true, yeah.
That's not how scopes work, Lauders.
I gotta trust you. You know everything about guns. I don't. I thought you shot from the hip in real life.
Well, you can.
I only played Counter-Strike for 20 years, so that's all. That's what I learned.
And if you do, I just don't want to be anywhere near you.
Yeah, I just played Counter-Strike and watched Clint Eastwood movies, so I always thought you shot from the hip.
Chopper's going to try to gun down the connector with the Molotov on the top of it. Ooh, through the edge of the smoke, Frozen finds him. Nice return frag from Donk, who's just posted up on chair. Utility going to get him off his position. One of the slower starts we've had from Donk is, again, we've been slowly watching as Donk is meant to meet his maker. Na'Vi couldn't stop him, even though they won a map against Spirit. Complexity weren't even in the server. And now it's FaZe to try their hands at it. Kerrigan, 8-2 off the start. Rain finds Donk through mid, and we've got Shiro and Magic's task to the 2 versus 4. So a lot of mid respect, I think, being given by FaZe. We see Spirit getting close to connector, close to the catwalk, but then FaZe just clamp down on them once they get so close.
Yeah, it's all because of this new window smoke. It means that you know you want to fight because you can always break open the window smoke, but you can't just stay on static angles fighting actively unless you're actually inside of mid these days. So it actually makes for a more exciting mid. I like it more. CS2 Mirage has been really fun to watch, I think. So what does this mean at this point in the round, though? 25 seconds. And it might putter to a halt here for Team Spirit as we wait to see if FaZe will walk into their crosshairs. Rain about.
Ooh, a little pressure here. Keep them on their toes. 10 seconds left. Whoa, re-peeking. Molly will keep Rain back. It's going to keep him antsy. You know, Mirage is a very comfortable map for Team Spirit. Currently holding on to an above 90% win rate with this team. We saw Na'Vi take a series to Mirage on map 3 as opposed to playing Overpass, a direct challenge. Clearly Na'Vi must have seen something that they wanted to try and counter. Spoiler, didn't work. Got absolutely smashed out by what's been a very consistent Team Spirit. So obviously this time it's the map pick, but FaZe Clan maybe having their finger on the pulse, cooling off this T side to start. Usually it's Donk ripping up turf top mid with Sontix with him, but for now it's a goose egg to Team Spirit's side. Brokey, nothing to shoot at as the Molly displaces him. We get bomb sat outside ramp. And 2 CTs press up close.
Oh, FaZe know what to expect. With Chopper's mid control, it's always the same protocols. It's mechanical. And it's also still hard to stop, so that's why you saw them give a little bit of respect to it. Now Donk is pressing his face against the glass right now, ready to come through with this split. You see a player on A ramp with the bomb as well, and here he comes out, decapitated.
Drops down, connector damage through, Chopper still pressing, and he gets to stairs. Brokey doesn't know about it, but he waits for the Palace peek and misses his chance. Stairs gets held, no snapshot over from Rops. Can't manage the flick. Magic's great spot to screw him over on rotation, and that right there is the first for Team Spirit. Getting through 3 avenues of attack, and all of them instrumental. Frozen could still play the clutch.
Has been shoved out of the most important retakes.
There's the opening.
Oh, Zontix. That's the wide way around, but
there's a lot of time left on this.
There is tons of time. Actually, he's got like all the utility he needs.
No kit, but there could be one on site. There's one here in jungle. We see it on the feet of his opponent. Unfortunately, that won't be retrieved. Bomb beyond the halfway point. There is one on the route to the bomb. Frozen. He sees one jumping down. Magic's on triple. Jungle peek. They've got him. He keeps them on their toes, but it's a close nonetheless here from Spirit.
That was worth walking up and seeing what was really good. But all right, for Team Spirit, they survive with 2. The attack looks good, and they try to be persistent about the same approach with the A split via mid. And as we mentioned before, FaZe are always going to let you get down a certain amount of distance before they fight you, or at least they have here in this map, before they participate. This round, it's a little lighter, but they still deny the entries at first. But the second, third layer on the attack are so good from Team Spirit, and they had pressure on 3 different choke points at once. So now Rops will say, listen, you were pressing your face up against the glass last time. I'm going to stand outside.
Yeah.
Kill you there first. That takes the nerve and takes the pressure off.
Team Spirit, I think, is just a bit of a slower pace than what we've gotten out of their previous games in Kato. I think that pace is being muzzled slightly by FaZe, and the fact that from top to bottom, individuals showing well. There was always a question around the opposition Spirits faced on this path. It's the conviction in their win over complexity that really made them look cut from a different type of cloth. Right now, we've got the crossfire within the A site. Rain feeling like he can go for a slightly deeper angle while the Palace remains smoked. Chopper is still in there. Shiro cautious about the spawn flank, but it's not in place. Mid player's working off catwalk, so that'll free up Frozen to come over, even despite him being on an MP9. He's got an incendiary to support. Rain's gonna peek into Palace, but Chopper's ahead of it, waiting for a flash that never came. Turns the wrong way, Rops trades, nope, denied. It's pressed in close, Donk gets the headshot. Frozen can't do much, again with the SMG on the cross. The flash is good though, Brokey helps him out. As the second player gets to stairs, cleared out by Donk, multi-frag from the kid. And the op misses a shot, but Chopper catches him on the jump back. Brokey in and shut down by Shiro. There it is, impact from Donk, from ramp to cross, giving Spirit 2.
And shout out to Chopper for keeping the troops calm. During that whole situation, they took out Zontix inside a Palace. They said, let's sit static. It looks vanilla, and you see the map and you think, well, FaZe, they actually haven't pushed, but Spirit also know this. So you got to give them credit for being very confident, very patient, because when they came back to the A site, it was an even map across B site and middle in terms of CT control. It was a perfectly good thing to do, to wait and go again. Great entries, good organization, and
what's up with Rain walking into Palace with his back turned?
I can only imagine he was turning because he was trying to transpose into a push with a flash. So I'm not sure who it would have been, because I don't think Rops is about to flash from Sandwich.
It would have had to have been like Frozen from jungle. He was the only closest rotate, but bit of a weak link on the defense. Makes the job that much easier for Spirit. We do get the opening kill from Kerrigan. Rops caught on the climb up. Donk in with another kill. Started this map negative, working his way back up, looking for the tide, 6-6. And a USP nearly his victim. Nade will hone in on Kerrigan, off the mark. That AK is in play on this bomb site. USP dink at a distance, AK in the pocket, quelled. Not an issue. Chopper gonna chew through what's left of this bomb site, and it is indeed Spirit to continue winning ways.
Yeah, not bad. Threw straight off that. Good calls here from Chopper, and I'm sure Chopper, you know, I'm sure he's an IGL's IGL, and he gets respect from all the right people. But I think he wants to be on the world stage, right? He hasn't been doing it for this long, getting into this many majors, raising up this many talents to just be looked at as an underrated IGL, a good gatekeeper, a tier 2 sort of dominator. And with the team that he has, and with a signing like Shiro,
yes.
Right? Like, I mean, that's what solidifies it. It's not even Donk. It's that Shiro joined Spirit. That's, I think, the first amazing sign here for Chopper, that he's got a lineup that's done.
Exactly that, right? It's like the first real move that tells me Spirit's not going to have players poached, but rather they made the big signing.
And they may poach in the future, right? They now have that gravity.
Real bargaining power with a roster that has this much promise. And proven results as Katowice goes on. Spodek guaranteed, semifinals. They're gunning for it. Despite FaZe's best efforts to kick this off well, Rain now pressured, stuck on triple. Nothing he can do about Donk, who is starting to return. 3 kills in the middle of the site. Everybody who faces him shredded, flesh from bone. Donk gobbles him up, and that is Spirit chewing through an A site like it's nothing.
That's nuts, man. He made the site feel so small. Like, he comes through all these pieces of utility flying all over the place. He has a perfect read on where everybody is. The inventory is obvious for Donk. The shots are even easier. Spray's perfect, and definitely one of his best skills on T side is scaling fast as hell. Like, it's easy to say that. Oh, you can run across a site. Wow, that's so impressive. But when Donk does it, he doesn't die. So whatever timings and pathing routes that he takes and how confident he is about it, the way Donk does it is a bit better than other people at the moment.
You know, they were trying to throw him out top middle, and because of the lack of presence from FaZe at the start of this map, it's almost like Donk couldn't get his flesh.
I would say
come through with those kills, but now that he's entering A,
yeah, look at this. I would call this a gold split entry path, okay? So when you talk about like a speed run in a game, any other Super Mario 64 or something like that, you get a Glod. It's a gold split, okay? It's your best split ever.
Okay,
so it's just a part of the game, just part of the game that you got perfect, ran through so fast, all right? That's what Donk does on site sometimes. He gets gold splits. He just gets there so quick. It's like still the way you were supposed to do it, but as fast as possible.
oh, how that lead has disappeared. FaZe still ahead by 1. Bye ain't pretty. Donk powering up as this map goes on. Shiro posted towards mid. They actually go ahead with the 3B stack, even despite this pretty consistent A hit that's been coming out from Spirit. Round 10 of the map. They just put those pistols all together, let them clump. Let the M4 in middle try to get something done. Shiro was watching where Kerrigan just was. They anticipate FaZe throwing something out, maybe because of a read on the buy. Reality is FaZe content to sit back. It all hinges on Kerrigan. If he can open up with 1 frag, maybe that Cat player comes and grabs a mid gun. But yet once more, the consistency of the A hits being set up by Spirit.
Spirit are doing way more than enough right now. It's going to be so hard to stop this at this point. I've cleared out underpass. They have top boxes. Oh my god, that was a chance actually for Kerrigan to at least get 1 kill. But now it's big Rops, MP9, top of the balcony. What can you do?
Getting pinched. Time is limited here. They're going to find him in this corner, you'd assume. Ooh, gets a freebie. That's Donk dead. Something to work with. But all that remains is this scramble out of the pistol players. Kerrigan's M4 can't be retrieved. Rops' MP9 can't be picked up. So we're looking at the tie game. Team Spirit again. Nice slow crawl, right? They let FaZe play their hand. Chopper ends up finding the kill bottom mid, which could have been Kerrigan's. Could have been an easy weapon pickup for one of those B players. But at the end of the day, oop, Rain gonna try to pull this one back. Brokey gonna come grab it as well. This could be 2 weapons with Kevlar saved. It could be a good chance to set up the tail end of this CT side. A strong start that fizzled out.
It was, yeah. Well, I mean, it took a bit of grit here from Team Spirit to find a way back in, and they really didn't treat this half like a crisis. They treated it like a puzzle, and I really appreciate that because they tried very similar attacks and tactics and strategies, but they sharpened up the approaches, and I think that's what won them. It was what won them so many rounds back. I mean, for example, they didn't give up on mid. They just did it better. If they treated it like a crisis, they would have tried everything else. It takes a certain level of confidence to tell your team, hey, we were close.
Finally, a full-fledged FaZe in this one. It's pressure from Donk. Ooh, Kerrigan survives the test on that secondary op, but so little health and a missed shot from Brokey. Now that's too much for Kerrigan to handle. He gets counterpicked by Shiro.
Oh, and the op can't get back in. That's going to be tough. He knows Shiro's somewhere.
Rob's trying to come out from market. Kerrigan, well, he falls, but his counterpart and Chopper continues on in middle. B-site falling to Team Spirit as they do have bench under wraps. Bomb planted for the catwalk.
Oh, CT's known. They heard Frozen wrapping around.
And he's looking for Chopper. Believes and is correct about this float top middle. He's got to find Chopper before even having a chance to come and get Robs. But Chopper's just going to lean back. Will be found out. By the time he dies, it's all good because Robs has been cleared from market. And so Frozen, it's a dire strait that lies ahead. Op trade from Shiro, cracks open the B site, and Brokey missed his shot.
Another great call here from Chopper. You know, you're running into 2 ops holding the site, so that's a massive weakness at B rush. Now, You can give credit for the gamble of rushing B in this situation, but he had a good read on what FaZe maybe would have been worried about. Or in this case, not worried about, but they should have been. I think once they heard that second op shot as well, like you said, it missed, they were like, all right, if we take our time here, it's going to be very hard to stop us.
Yep, scale.
From getting in. Ooh, nice shot.
Get in there quick. Zontix lending a helping hand, holding off the rotate. Team Spirit taking the lead from a 5-0 start to a 6-round streak out of this T-side, justifying the Mirage pick.
And you can say, look at that, not all the rounds, it's just Don getting entries. He dies right there. He died a couple of other times too, but they still are getting in. There's still other players that can frag on this team, especially on T-side.
And you'd think versus opposition like FaZe, this is when we're gonna have to see the rest of the pack. Chopper standing tall. Good impact top middle, just burning so much time off Frozen's play. Brokey, another missed opportunity, bottom middle. Can't bop him. Can't stop him. They'll sit here and wait.
One long-term plan. This bet on Robs, he's pushed through slowly. This is very powerful. Even has time to clear out a ramp, if not go all the way around. But if he does the first option, then his team in CT is actually a little more freed up.
Smoke ahead of the push. They're still going to try to press it, and that's right into Kerrigan. Brokey holds off from Marketplace, not going to miss this time. Shiro off the reload, though, knows his timing's good. There is a second player up on ladder. That's Frozen to try to attack the tail end of this cap play. Magic's making sound, no one watching flank. Easy slide out for Frozen. Double kill, and they lay down Law. Nobody entering B this time, tied at 6.
Hits his headshot. Now Wonderful's turn, and Boros is their next victim. Flat from Falcons.
Flat from Boros, only 2 kills. And desperate from Madden. What's he meant to do in a 1-on-4 situation like that? There's hardly any damage being done from Falcons whatsoever. And that reroute from Na'Vi. So the one smoke that drops as the execute comes in, you're thinking, oh, they're going to have to pop through this with a flash. But no, we'll just go through cave. Plenty of ways to take this site. Say Na'Vi, and now up to double digits. 3 players up to 13 frags. Wonderful, Alexi, and Bit. And this one, Falcons are opting to force by a scout for Sampaius. Pistol upgrades with smokes for the rest, but fast out mid, Emma and Wonderful to take the room. Nothing Sampaius can do through that smoke. Boros, the next to be tested over to Donut if they want to continue to pressure mid.
Na'Vi in no hurry. Snappy with the intention to delay if he spots anything on this jiggle.
I'm wondering if Emma's waiting for JL to feel safe enough to come for the double peek. Right? You can see JL over towards pocket. But there's been no re-aggress just yet, so Stoic with the smokes. Alexi really want this cave space. All right, well, Molly in. Snappy and Madden both playing the block.
Smoke exchanged. Good nade. Wow, JL. Eats that one. Passes off the AK to a healthier member. And they've delayed them successfully. Look how many smokes are currently up. 30 seconds. It's getting a bit sketchy for Na'Vi. They need someone to bail them out on the push. Flashes up. Alexi in. Using that Mag-10, more bullets connecting, still no lethality. It's big from Snappy. And now the Deagle into Alexi. 15 seconds. Bit, you got the bomb. He's taking fights, lost the bomb. And surely they've lost the round. It's only...
For once, it is not a massive beating being given out by Donk, but rather a full-fledged Spirit Squad performance. From top to bottom, barring Magics, we've got a good show on our hands here. It was that 5-0 start that made us believe FaZe were gonna be the humblers of Donk, because that's what we've been waiting for. But a nice resurgence out of Spirit on their T side within this map pick, and we are all tied up going into the second half. Map 1 of a very big best-of-3 semifinals in the Spodek on the line. Already, Donk, you know what you're gonna get. He's gonna gun for you top mid. Off the USP, 2 headshots just like that. He's got Zontix to support him. This is what you get every round on CT side. It's Donk and Zontix dominating mid.
Damn, he's sort of like a miniature sledgehammer, sort of. You know what I mean? Like, way more powerful than he looks. Kerrigan in a 1-on-5 situation with nowhere to play. Donk, baby, there he is. Another appearance, another cameo. Don't forget about him. It's a consistent feature of just have yet to. We've casted him so much already. Casted him an event last year, events here, and we're just wondering when's he going to play badly. When's he going to play badly? He can miss, he can die, but I've never seen him play badly.
Look at that. That's the Donk deflation. That's the reality check. And don't expect him to stop. He will be peeking you top mid, and anybody who's there to try and hold him back is going to get a face full of lead. And if you leave that space open, he will come sprinting at you wherever it is you show face. The beauty of Donk is he is always moving, always hunting, constantly on the prowl, the apex predator of Team Spirit. Glocks here looking for the bomb plant, all they can really hope for. Nice taps away from Zontix, Donk's right-hand man. Second best rifler on the team. Donk's here, Donk's dead. Glocks answer with 2. It's a USP for Chopper. Things are getting sketchy, but the MP9 is close.
Oh.
Chopper gets brokey. And so they're back in control, so it seems. Yeah, corralled on this bomb site. Chopper picking up the slack. A couple Glocks kills gets you scared for just the second, but Team Spirit, all is good.
Yeah, that was a close call. They try to raise the chaos there. That's what FaZe needed, is a round like that. But yeah, it's going to be Kerrigan's job right now to change the story at least a little bit, right? There are 2 camps at the moment. There's there's Donkers, and then there's anti-Donkers, essentially.
Okay, yep.
Disbelievers.
Yeah, they're like flat earthers.
Right.
They're wrong.
They have the math, but they're wrong.
Donk behind the smoke, chucks out the frag. Doesn't find anybody. Kerrigan, nicely done. Him and Brokey. There you go. If you can kill Zontix and Donk, you've got yourself an opening on the T side of Mirage. A key response, finding the 2 of them. They will give you fights. It's just a matter of surviving them. For now, first gun round out of FaZe looking fantastic. But the beauty of this Spirit squad from top to bottom is if Zontix and Donk are both dead, you still got Shiro to contend with. An op that can leave a mark and close a clutch. Finds Rain, and Chopper with Magics right there. Your double man advantage is moot. Frozen, he's looking to join up with Kerrigan. They've at least got this squeeze going down on the A play. Player down beneath Palace found out. Last guy's Chopper, nowhere to be found. An excellent response from FaZe. You just lost what felt like too much, but the bomb still has to be picked up.
Chopper has to find his timing, though. They're just going to let him grab it?
Okay.
I actually don't know what the play is here for Chopper, because he's obviously coming in for a retake. He knows they're going to take the A site. Was hoping there's a bit more time, maybe. It all comes down to, does he find his first kill? No, the jump across is good.
I suppose leaving bomb makes FaZe thinks he could be playing in extremity, either CT spawn or flanking A. Instead, he's just on their heels quietly, but a missed chance, right? If he kills Frozen there, the clutch is on. Without it, his health, too much a difference.
Okay.
Nicely done from FaZe. You get your opening kills, that's a win. Donk and Zontix dead. It's responding to that flurry of kills back from Spirit, right? 3 frags in an instant, all across the map. Frozen and Kerrigan combine with a solution.
Yeah, extremely good mid rounds. I mean, that's where you would expect FaZe should still be able to outdo Spirit. I mean, like Shiro's somebody that's like on their level in that regard, especially in the like mid to late round. But overall, like you Rops, Frozen, Brokey, like these guys are going to be able to work together in ways to make very complicated situations seem simple. And Spirit are experienced at this point, but if we're talking about advantages for FaZe, this is what they specialize in. First timeout called for them. Where's that? Sorry, first or second?
That means second.
Right, second.
They should really add some X's in there.
It was on the middle one that
yeah. I think. Actually, don't quote me.
They fill it in or they erase it.
Yeah, right. I don't know. I can only do multiple choice. All right, look at the state it leaves Spirit in. M4 for Chopper. Tidbits of utility here for Magix. FaZe with a chance to tie this game up again. Don't forget it, they had that 5-0 start. In round 15, it's a very important rebuttal from Frozen and Kerrigan. Chopper blocking smoke. He is the one-man show over towards this A play. So FaZe have indeed chosen the right bomb site with a full-blown execute. Not skipping any steps. Every piece of util in place, watching for this stairs player as well. Chopper realizes there's nothing he can do to stop this. May as well walk away with that M4A1S.
Mm-hmm. And now, folks, we got a real game. I mean, everybody knew when they woke up this morning this game was going to be good.
Yeah,
we knew it was going to be good. We were waiting for this game. Everyone was waiting for this game. Wanted to know what was going to happen. This is the story of the event so far. Comes down to this match. So this is a real perfect start. Very streaky with the start from FaZe, the comeback from Team Spirit.
I think just on, from an organization's point of view, or even just majority of the roster still, maybe not majority, just at least Chopper, right? One of my favorite games of the last couple of years, FaZe versus Spirit in Antwerp. That major semifinal was the deepest Chopper had ever made a run with young players around him. He gets cut shy just a couple of rounds, and we know what FaZe went on to do there. Yeah, and that may have been Spirit's day.
100%. And simultaneously now Wonderful is playing in a Na'Vi match. He was playing on stage in that Spirit FaZe matchup and was the best player on the server for Spirit at the time. So that story lives on. It's another one of sort of Chopper's workshopped players,
yes, sir,
if you will.
Yeah, but now he's got a Shiro.
Now he earned a Shiro for sure.
CT is floating around middle. Here the op ring out. We get FaZe scuttling back over to that A ramp. It was an uncontested execution in the last round.
I love the double jungle play that we see from CTs these days. I think it's a lot of teams are doing it later on. This is just a good way to fight through the smokes, especially the CS2 jungle smoke. You used to want to spam through this, but now it's necessary. Also denies you jumping through.
Chopper opens up, Donk swings, finishes Brokey in the back line. Nice answer from Shiro.
Wow, decimated, man.
Not gonna let you in, no entry. Last round uncontested. This round inoperable. Nobody crosses the line of Tetris, and Team Spirit's A defense holds strong.
Got like 20 yards across. I thought for sure they're gonna at least get to stairs. That was, I didn't realize they were gonna be swinging on stairs versus the exec as it came in.
Oh, and of course, Donk goes deep, meets Frozen on the outside of the ramp and makes sure nothing can be retrieved. Spirit, 9-8 lead.
Yeah, that setup was fearsome. That setup was straight fire here for Team Spirit. So I want to just watch that again. Yeah, it's a deep smoke, so they just said, let's interrupt. But they're kind of ready for this exact hit. Hey, the Palace smoke comes out simultaneous to the attack on the ramp, and Shiro moves in to triple off CT after missing his first shot.
In connector, Donk takes damage. His pace predicted. His presence undeniable. Bench lineup. Kerrigan gets 2 off of the catwalk. We get Donk burning down to 4, barely standing now. But again, it's Shiro late round. Shiro in the pocket, deep ticket. He waits. The rumblings of the A play again.
They don't have a molly for him.
So he can sit here, wait, and Donk will try to hold off on mid. One player top, Tetris jumping over to the stairs, missed his jump, and Donk peels Rain off. Now it's Shiro to the clutch. Misses his chance on the player up in Palace. Bomb planted on the opposite side, a triple. Great coverage from Frozen, and FaZe bounce right back.
Right, maybe it gets a little testy if they can't take out Donk, but they get that trade right away. Shiro misses a shot. Okay, it's all good. Wow, nice openings. Let's run it back to that first second of action with Kerrigan. That spray down on top of Cat was beautiful. I mean,
2 bodies, 1 burst.
how are you supposed to sustain through that? That's mid control 1. Of course, the A attack's going to come out right after. They just saw the double Cat setup. All the pressure down on mid. FaZe capitalize. 9-9. And pistols for Team Spirit.
We seize your feet. Can't hide from Frozen. Couple easy pickups against these unarmored pistols. T's scaling through mid. Window player smoked off. Very little to work with. And double digits seemingly secured. Oh yeah. Can't hide from Frozen. Shiro gets there, bottom mid split in with Chopper and Zontix. Ooh, no sir, just off the mark. They're gonna fall into the hands of Rops. No save allowed, sir. This is FaZe taking it to the 10-9 lead.
Got a crush in the economy, so.
Huge performance out of Frozen.
Absolutely.
And when we first saw him come into FaZe, I mean, replacing Twists, we thought to ourselves, how long would it take to get his performance from his mouse-like carries into the FaZe clan?
Well, like, sometimes you look at the player cams, right? You see it from Kerrigan to Rops to Frozen, and you're like, this is literally mouse ports at one point. Like, these guys have natural chemistry. They've had chemistry. They know how the IGLing works. Kerrigan knows what kind of piece that he just got. It was a perfect fit. The transition that made the most sense after losing Twists, and they got the guy they were looking for. Grand final on the first tournament after picking him up, right? They didn't win it, however, and so there is some stuff to prove still with Frozen.
On the other side, we've got this Donk package rolling, just a highlight of his individual moments so far on this map, but his counterpart right now is 100% Frozen. Pistol rounds to stairs presence. He did all that with like 4 points of health. It's the time to kill on this kid that always just kind of leaves you,
I think, yeah,
stunned for a second.
In 2020, it was Yakinder who kind of showed everyone how to peak, like the best way to peak, to optimize in CSGO. Like Yakinder peaks were the best ones for sure. Now it's Donks. Like his wide swings are exactly perfect for CS2.
Here comes another. Again, he's going for top mid. I think he's eaten a couple of nades towards connector. Oh, so he comes at it through the window instead, and poor Rain on his own towards top mid, gets cut down. Donk at him again, but Frozen slipped out. Frozen almost getting past. Now Chopper can keep his head down knowing the support from Donk on stairs is here. He loses that support. Wow. 2 kills back out of FaZe.
Such a pristine approach here from FaZe on both those kills.
Flashbang goes out, but they don't follow through. So a lot of space, right? This unknowingness for Spirit to deal with as they go double ticket.
3-on-3 is definitely like my favorite position to watch FaZe rounds in. Like what? Almost any combination of the players on this team. And you're going to have something interesting happen. So let's see what the idea is. Got a re-smoke middle. We have a lurk from Kerrigan that they can use to get into connector, it looks like. And an A-split that'll eventually take place. They've got to identify Magics and kill him.
Kerrigan's being given room to work here. Catwalk player just missed him. Could have got a glimpse, but instead now he's in the jungle. He's trying. Magic's burning. Confirmation. Kerrigan's still scared about the potential split. He puts the smoke down top con. That's Zontic's out of the play. That's no support delivered from the ticket. Magic still in sight. Zontic's creeping up, but he has missed every potential timing. 10 to the clock. Robs to the clutch. He knows he's there. Magic's goes deep on ramp, and we get that stairs peek from Zontic's. Robbed of his chance to get kills far too many times. He slides out with an extra second to tie this game at 10.
Hey, that's a round for Magic's where he's 4-11. He's not having a great game, but look at the move he just makes. I mean, he realizes exactly what he needs to do under maximum pressure from that split in through connector. And Chopper does a good job as well of forcing FaZe into reassessing that split in the 3v3. But Magic's delaying as long as possible under Balk, smoking and spraying as he runs out, knowing that Kerrigan is going to beak him from the side of stairs to catch him, but Kerrigan actually doesn't. They don't punish him after that molly comes out. That was the fatal error. Yeah. So now, 10-10 scoreline. Kerrigan has to suffer. He's only got the Tech 9 in hand.
He was so worried about that other rotate, right? But Zontic's was on the other side of his smoke, not in jungle. He'll try to puff his chest out with utility on A. Donk preoccupied towards stairs. Didn't get the mid kill this time. Didn't hold him back. Shiro will with Donk by his side. 2 rifles rip him up. And Magic's from down beneath Palace finally getting his. It's a clean sweep as Spirit looks to go up to 11. Desperation on the B site and a patient spot from Zontic's. He can wait. He can hold. And at a moment's notice, he'll take a peek in between the 2 T's. He has found this timing perfectly. Not a single thread to pull on here. Rops in a 1v5, shut down, and all of Spirit stand.
Yeah, suddenly it's critical condition here for FaZe on map 1 as Team Spirit win. And we saw Kerrigan on that Tech 9. That means, well, it's a sign of poverty. We don't have much money for FaZe to defend against map point. Spirit win a very hard round into a very easy one. And to the victor goes the spoils. It might be a half investment at best, but there's basically not a single player on the team that can afford an AK, so. Team Spirit, map 1, very strong. And we might focus in and talk about individuals, but Spirit as a team, very, very impressive. The coordination is good. The calls were great on T side. That B site versus the 2 ops, the mid control into the comeback, that recovery. Every little bit was a pretty good idea and great execution behind it. So
now versus Pistols, it's nice to see again Chopper having a good individual level. It's nice seeing both in-game leaders bringing forth frags. Yeah. Everybody contributing to this fun match, this head-to-head that matters, but hold on. Yet again, we saw the 2 Glock kills previously in that B commit a few rounds ago from FaZe, and now 4v3.
They can't babysit the guns that easily, so the thing is the Ts aren't even going to try to get them. They're going to use the time that the CTs go and check these positions to look for their avenue of attack. So it's going to be a split into B as they walk through, but look at the CTs.
Yep, active play.
Magnetic to the middle of the map, looking for info, ready to figure out what's going on. Shiro, hardline.
Carving out the path. A missed shot here could be costly. He won't miss the opportunity. Frozen goes down. The bomb plant could be denied. He comes off in anticipation of the peak. Shiro slides behind the pillar, just working it. Oh, a lizard flick! Straight to the brain! And Rain, trying to find entry, will fall to just the vanilla pistol. He taps into that prehistoric part of your brain that just snaps over like it's nothing. And that'll post Spirit's 12th.
He had no business running in with just a P2K, right? But he actually does stop the plant. He doesn't die. He does get the next kill. And this next shot is wicked. Get off my windshield.
I love that. Ice cold from Shiro. Lizard flick. Now we get guns back in. That was just Pistols testing Spirit for a second. They put their pieces in the right place, but game's on. Top mid swing, here we go. Zontic's leaning back. You know, more often than not, it's a fight in mid, but they don't quite get it. Chopper, Donk, in with frags, answers back at a Rops. Rain's tagged down to 6 HP. He's trying to get up through connector, denied by Donk, who refuses to go down from this staircase. Omnipresent, and finally dead.
That's 3 from Rops now, 2v2.
Minute 10. Plenty of time. CT's slow, silent approach. It's a double jungle push. It's Magic's with a tidbit of damage on the wall bang.
They saved 2 smokes.
And they don't know about that second player. Rops is looking for the cross, catches Magic's. Zontic's right there in the same place, working his way up, and he's got the trade frag. Does he have the clutch? It's Brokey to lean back, waiting and give him that little bit of time. Now there's a smoke and a flash here for Zontic's. He's also got the kit. And that bomb is right in Brokey's way. Who hits this headshot? Does he stick the 5 seconds? Brokey lines him up, but doesn't clear him off it. And it's Spirit to take first blood, first map, and a clean path to the semifinals in the Spodek lies ahead.
I was just watching that James did a video on Donk, and the man just doesn't let go of W. Like, it feels like the game is different in that respect. He's always moving. He's counter strafing. Doesn't look like he's counter strafing, but I mean, I guess he must be. The bullets are going straight.
Yeah, he's special,
right?
He's very special. Yeah.
Like, have you taken a look at some demos, trying to see what he's doing so right?
Yeah, I tried to look at him because we play similar positions, and I think it's pretty hard to replicate what he's doing.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, he's just shooting very hard. Like, he's very on point. He's not doing anything, like, there's no crazy positioning or rotations. He's just straight up shooting better.
He doesn't even throw utility. Like, he doesn't do that. He just shoots. He just does the shoot.
He's very fast.
15 seconds and that's all.
Yeah, just gets all 4 nades out.
Yeah, exactly. That's what he's doing all the time.
For real. Do you kind of see that as like, if you were traveling back in time and you were that 17-year-old, that's the perfect, system to get you going at maximum capacity? Is just like, go kill, set them up for success.
Yeah, I mean, I think I was playing in a similar way.
That's what I'm wondering.
Probably, I don't think I was that good.
No,
no, I think he's very good and very impactful. And I mean, he's only like 17 now, so he's gonna learn a lot. So he should be even better in upcoming years.
Yeah.
16, I think.
He just turned 17.
He just turned 17. Okay. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yep.
It's mad, isn't it?
Imagine being 17 again.
He looks like 13 though.
Yeah, for real.
When he's sitting there,
he looks even younger.
I love that though. Yeah, I mean, you can just see how excited he is to be there. But I think that is we're getting to that stage now where you've got the new gen arriving and performing.
Down to the 1v2 for Zontic's and down to Spirit to be closing out Mirage. Despite starting their own map pick on the back foot, Josh, they proved exactly why they brought Mirage into this best of 3 series.
Yeah, Mirage was definitely looking a little shaky at the start there, especially with Kerrigan racking up as many kills as he was getting. But when you pick a map like Mirage, when you're playing very confident all event, and they're swinging together. One thing that I did notice about how Team Spirit was playing today versus the other days is it did seem like they got a little bit of a slow start. I hate doing the Maui Snake cold start thing, but it really looked like it.
I just hate Maui Snake. Keep going, Josh.
It really looked like it was slow, and part of that was that they weren't getting clean conversions. They weren't getting a lot of opening picks. They actually lost Donk early on a lot of the first half as well. Kerrigan getting the best of him a few times there. And I think when you have a slower start like that and then going into the CT side, it didn't look like they were explosive together like we saw in previous matches where they would be triple swinging and fighting all at the same time. It looked like it was like one guy here, one guy there, and then another guy like on another angle. So it was getting a little sketchy there for them, but they pulled through, and this is their map pick, so that was very necessary for them.
Yanko, it's a long list of things that you hate, but one of the things not on that list is the T-side win rate for Spirit thus far at this event.
Absolutely. This is to showcase how dominant they have been so far in this tournament. And just so you know, the average for a tournament for a really good T-side team would probably be 58, 59, you know, maybe 60%. So they've been out of this world. The reason for that is they've always started well. Win pistol and convert, or if they lose, they win the force by, so 4-0, 5-0, 5-1 starts, right? But what they actually got in this game was what I've been wanting to see. What happens if they start 0-3, 0-4, 0-5, right? And we had that. FaZe had a strong CT-sided start, and Spirit was still able to rack up a lot of rounds.
Yeah, and obviously Donk, a huge reason for that. I know that we've been, you know, putting him under the microscope in terms of the amount of teams that he's played up against and the amount that have been in the upper echelons of Counter-Strike, Josh, and of course FaZe is one of those big bad wolves. I love that he withstood the test on this first map.
Yeah, it's good that he withstood the test because this was kind of like the biggest challenge for these guys so far. Yes, they went against Na'Vi, but here FaZe is like one of those consistently good teams, and Na'Vi, we've only seen them playing like the same handful of teams until this week. So this is a really good start for Donk, and he ended the match with a lot of kills. He was like really getting into his groove, and it wasn't just that he ended up with kills, it's like he was getting good kills quick, just like converting them instantly. He wasn't wasting bullets.
So Yanko, tell me exactly how Spirit answered back to that slow start, which we haven't seen all too much from them.
All right, so it was 5-0 for FaZe, right? Spirit manages to grind out one round, so we come to the all-important reset round, right? Like, if Spirit isn't able to win consecutive rounds, they're in trouble. What does FaZe do? Robs has a good spawn, sort of starts shoulder peeking, slowly clearing apps. He's going to find the kill on Zontix here. So I think they were setting up for an A execute. Now in a 4v5, Chopper goes into apps here. It's a little bit awkward, right, for Rain. He's trying to bait maybe for Robs, but then he turns his back towards apartment, dies. Robs gets checked, and that's just completely round turned on its head. They find the entry kills and they convert the round. I mean, you'll see in this sort of a setup, Robs is just hiding here in... It's difficult, right? Because the third player in this situation is also frozen. He only has an MP9, so he can't really bait from jungle. There's not an op there, so these guys just get caught into a weird position, not really a setup, and they just get isolated and they die. So that gives Spirit an anti-eco as well. Move on to the next gun round. Does this look familiar to you guys? Right, same 5 guys towards the A bomb site after some early utility on mid. Zontix now not being checked, and here comes the full A execute from the side of Team Spirit, right? Keeping it simple, Donk, of course, leading the way towards the A bomb site with Magisk. They're going to find the entry kill on Rain, who's in the side. There's nothing he can do against this full-on execute. They're going to find a kill through the smoke, 3 quick entries, and the round is already going to be over. So Spirit still finds a way to recover despite that bad start.
And I think another thing to point out is, like, FaZe, I've said before, have a propensity to troll, but one of those people that don't really troll too often for them is Rain. And for Rain to kind of like start backing up into Palace in that fashion to give Spirit the inch to steal the mile to get back into this game, that's very uncharacteristic of him. It's more characteristic of, you know, someone else on the team. But that type of play is what plagues FaZe. And any match that they kind of have a shaky start, or if they end up losing or it's a close match, it's always off the back of them doing some little small mistake where they slip up like that. And if FaZe want to be able to take their map pick going into their second map, they cannot make that similar type of mistake.
Let's talk about Nuke, obviously the map pick of FaZe, and you might be fooled to think this is going to be an easy affair for FaZe because you look at the history, beat them 13-4 back in Copenhagen. There's quite a big asterisk on that though, because Donk wasn't there bringing the pain, was he, Yanko?
Yeah, Donk was there, but so the same for Magix, right? So they were down 2 players and a coach had to step in and an academy player, right? So I wouldn't really look too much into that game. Spirit obviously did the best they could under the circumstances, but we'll see what they have in store for us for Nuke. You know, they haven't played it yet in Katowice with this lineup, so it might be a sort of a trap card that FaZe has walked into.
It very might well be. It's going to be on to FaZe's plans, and we've seen that they can be really good on Nuke. They have a lot of depth to their playbook. We have Rops always lurking around the lobby, taking his timings out ramp, taking his timings outdoor, just seeing what he can get, and it's always off the back of the outside pressure. One thing that I haven't really seen too much of right now was we saw Rain on his CT side outside was doing really well, but I don't know how the lack of twists on the T side is going to impact things using Frozen instead. But it's always going to come down to, is Kerrigan going to do some funny things walking through a smoke and walking into the dunkster, or is he going to be a little bit more, you know, strong with his plays and his mental and his decisions, and then they are able to convert the rounds? Because I don't think they can make any mistakes right now. Team Spirit has shown us that they're a team that will punish those mistakes.
Yeah, I mean, do you think there is going to be any issues with, you know, Frozen slotting in here? Because we will be starting on the T side. What do you expect to kind of go down?
I don't think so to that extent, right? The Rain as well, before he started playing Yard in this iteration of FaZe, he was playing Door on CT side when Nico was on the team, since Nico was playing Yard, right? So I think also he's a veteran player and just a guy who will do whatever it takes for the team to be able to adjust. So yeah, I'm expecting FaZe to be fine.
Well, Spirit versus FaZe does go to map number 2. That's going to be FaZe's pick of Nuke. Of course, a spot at the semi-finals of the Intel Extreme Masters Katowice on the line.
Welcome, my friends, to the Cathedral of Counter-Strike!
Elevated, never long, way to the top, headed to the peak. All them boys wanna talk, hit them out of law, but don't got receipts. I ain't gonna lose it now. Gotta keep it moving
now. Smokes. You see double smokes in the same place there. Simple just jumping casually into the side. Wait, what was that?
Never miss a play again.
Simple, that's not allowed. This is not FPL. This is a major.
Finally.
With Face It Watch, you're in control. Switch between player POVs live and see the game through the eyes of any pro. Never miss a moment with replays. Relive each highlight on demand from all angles. Watch it, control it, face it.
In a game of Guess the Price. Now, Harry, I know you know your skins, and Chad, I know you don't. So we put you together.
We've got this. I've got full faith in us.
All right, let's do it.
All right, give him no help. No help, Hugo.
No help, Hugo. That's a PP Bison.
Yeah. This one, actually, I think is pretty good.
Well done.
I'm going to go like $1.10.
I like that. That sounds really good, $1.10.
Yeah.
Is this one like the Aquamarine?
Aquamarine, yes. This one is a fairly pricier skin. I think you're going to look at about, it's minimal wear, I'm going to say $25.
$25.
That Scout.
I'm really liking what you're doing, Harry. It's got yellow on it.
Yeah, it does. I can't remember what Scout this is, which is really bad. I'm just going to say like $1.2. We go kind of mid for that.
Yeah, let's undershoot it.
And then this is a cheap old UMP. This is like 16. No, this is like 8 cents.
8 cents.
Yeah.
I was going to say that.
That's the P250 Supernova, Chad. We all know that.
Of course we do.
And so I would say that there is $2.40.
$2.40. Yeah. I was going to say $2.41, but $2.40 sounds
We've done well here.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, it was feeling so good. Yeah, okay, so I didn't know the Scout. It meant that
it was
it's
$109.
So what this means is this will be a trade-up item, and that'll be one that is loved for that reason.
I think it's an Anubis collection, so I think it's
it said souvenir.
Skin. Oh, souvenir.
That's what I
missed the souvenir.
You were supposed to be reading.
Yeah, it's all good.
Souvenir and Stat Track do hold water here.
Great.
Okay, so 1937 to beat for us, Hughes.
I think we can beat that.
Okay.
Deep breath.
Here we go.
I hate it.
Start the game.
All
right.
All right, what we got?
I go low immediately, but
I go sub 3. What are you saying?
Yeah. Let's go.
Okay, let's go 250.
Yeah. P250. P90 chopper or something.
Field tested.
I own this. I'm going to go low. I'm going to go low
Take
again.
it.
$3.
Yep. Like that. What we got here? Well-worn Stat Track. I don't recognize the.
Well worn, but let's not undershoot. Let's not undershoot on a good skin.
AK skins are classic.
I'd be helping.
Yeah. Well,
Would
one
go
stat track.
multiple dollars at least.
Would you go double digits or under?
Oh, good question.
Like 11?
Single digits.
Okay, 8.
Yeah.
To me, that's just
Deagle
a blur,
stat
and
track
I know
field
what it
tested.
is.
I think this is at least $15.
Okay, yeah, I don't mind that.
Field tested though.
Me in the middle with me, 13?
Yeah, $13.
Okay. And the
Factory
last one.
new. I also don't know that AK. Factory new.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like it's pretty ugly.
You don't know that AK
Sorry?
either?
$30?
30?
Or you want to go higher or lower?
I'd go lower.
Go lower. $25.
25.
$25. Lock that
Lock it in.
3
Final answer.
seconds.
Oh dear.
We win.
Ladies
and gentlemen. That's all that matters.
So the AKs, I think that's the rat rod by the looks of things, and then the one on the right is the safety net. Two nice skins.
Can you name the Deagle as well? Because I feel like it's called Conspiracy, but I also don't know.
I think that is the Conspiracy.
Well,
yeah, dead on.
And if you wanted to play as well, real easy, but like we said, white.market/ESL, sign in through Steam, and you can play, get yourself some cash prizes, and 30 random participants also get a cheeky prize. So if you sign in, have a go, you might get yourself something nice.
I can still win by doing nothing.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yay!
The Humbling of Donk, a saga that continues with still no real conclusion.